Hello everyone, this is a review of the Sensus Mens. I've been using them for 3 weeks, and before you say, oh well, how is that possible, you must be an affiliate or a sponsor, no. In the UK they were released sort of early without any marketing. It looked like as if it was a trial run, because yesterday they sent out a global email saying that they're going to sell it worldwide, and in the US there's now pre-orders for them for April. So, yep, I did purchase them about 3 weeks ago, and I've got the proof coming up now, and I've been using them for that amount of time. Now, there's a reason why I'm making this video now as well. A lot of the reviews of Vivobarefoot shoes in this sphere are bloated in terms of time, and 90% of them that I've seen anyway, because it took me a long time to get used to knowing which one to buy. But most of them are affiliate and sponsored, which means that they're not going to give the brutal truth, or sometimes hide the truth. And in my eyes, that's just a lie. So I want to uncover all of that with this shoe, and perhaps go on to the Ababas, which are my main shoe. That they were my first shoes, pair of shoes from Vivobarefoot. But anyway, we'll move on quickly. I want this to be only 5 minutes, so let's see how that works out. These shoes are £140, £20 more than the Ababas. That's Vivobarefoot pricing, really. But I will have like a pros and cons list at the end of this video. They do come obviously in this box with an insert, but they come with this insert, this additional insert, because this is so soft. That's part of the definition of a moccasin, which is what the shoe is, and we'll go through that in a second, as opposed to this one, which is my current one. This is a new one. I've had this for quite a bit. This is quite a bit thicker. This is quite a bit thinner, I think, if that catches it there properly. I've also got different laces. I'll talk about that in a second. They come in limestone, which is basically a white or olive or tan. And they have a neat picture on their landing page about how this is split up. So between the vamp, the eye stay or the lace stay and the quarter, and the tongue and the collar and the collar lining as well. So it shows how it is designed, how it's put together and stitched, because that's the whole point of a moccasin. And actually we can go through that now. So it's a shoe, this is the definition, made of a soft leather or deer skin, consisting of a sole and soles made of one piece of leather, which is basically what this is, stitched together at the top, basically here, and sometimes at the vamp, that's this. It is soft and flexible, which this really is. This is the reason why I bought this, and why it's a very good competitor to the Ababa slip-ons. And it is often adorned with embroidery or beading, which is basically what this is. It's also it's a 2-in-1. It works for breathability as well. Now, as for size, as I always say, don't do what I did when I first bought my first pair of Ababas, which is bought them too small. They started shrinking, and I've got nerve damage on 3 of my toes on my right foot, and let's not talk about the bruising. So always have a finger's length between the longest toe and the tip of this. So that's what I feel when I go out wearing this. So now we can move on to the pros and cons. See how quick that was? And we're only 3-4 minutes in. They are very comfy, and they're the most like baggy sort of shoes there are. So this can be really easily folded, even though they always show them wrapped up in the marketing and the sales. This one is by far the easiest foldable one, and it does fit like a glove, and they say this in the marketing, with design cues taken from traditional glove making. And that's what I love about these. That's the first thing that I noticed. They do also look nice and go with a variety of clothes, because you've got this like whitish back here, and I think the limestone version would also have that same effect. But you know, leather goes with this color. That's how I think of it. And it also does say textures that draw from Kenya's Rift Valley. So there's some sort of design inspiration. Not that it means anything to me, it really doesn't, but I'll put a picture of the valley up and let your imagination go wild. That's the pros. Now that I say that, that's not many pros, but the cons are very minute and very specific. And compared to the Ababas, the reason I bought the Ababas is because they're easy to put on. But let's go over the cons. So I swapped out the laces. That's a very obvious difference. That's why this is the original laces, 100% cotton. I swapped it out with these quick tie laces to convert it to a slip-on because they have this lip here. And so this is now, to me, a very good competitor to the Ababas for a slip-on because of this. Even with the Ian knots, which takes literally a second, and you can look that up. I can link some material in the description. It is still slow with traditional laces. Price, Vivobarefoot pricing, at 140 quid. I mean, you know, that's Vivobarefoot. You can hunt for discount codes. You will probably find at least 10-20%. So I'll never take the full price as the actual price. And like I said at the start, there's so many affiliates that are just saturated the YouTube space that you can find some of those codes, which is quite unfortunate for the reasons I also mentioned before. Okay, so the disadvantages to converting it to a slip-on is that you tend to tug quite a bit on this, and since this is softer leather, this is this is not faring the best. This one's a bit better, but I guess given my gait and how I bend down, I guess it's tearing a bit slightly on the right hand side. But they do have a 100-day thing, which I've yet to use on any of my shoes, although my first Ababas are gone, but I was way beyond 100 days. It also does better in the rain than the Ababas. So in the Ababas, these are my new ones, so I'll show this one. This is untreated, so you can see that there are gaps here. And this is fabric, so the water can really get in easily. Which is why in this older shoe, I actually seam gripped it. I used McNett seam grip. Again, not sponsored, I'm not an affiliate. It's used for tents, but I used it for this. And it works very well. If you're prepared to give up some of that design aspect. And ignore the fact that this is like brown. This is not how it was sold to me, because I used Hubbard shoe grease. Do not use shoe grease. Treat this leather with something that is very soft on it. This is water resistant, more like naturally more than the Ababas. But it does, because it's soft leather, it does really, there's a visible difference. And there's a picture coming up now. And also because of because it's so like, it fits like a glove, it's kind of baggy. When you take off with a shoe, when you take off the shoe, it snaps back. So it makes a bit of a sound. In traffic you won't hear it, but I've got a video that's coming up in a second. It's been 8 minutes. That's kind of long. Would have wished it was 5, but I got everything in. Thank you for listening. This is the first time I'm doing this, so any feedback would be nice. And yeah, have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye.